Well, you asked for it, you got it. We put it to a vote. You guys want to see this thing tested out on the run stand. Let's do this. I've spent the last couple of days getting this thing more or less ready to go. We got the radiator put on and hooked up. I gotta figure out something to do with this, cause yeah. But it should be fine for now. Got the fuel plumbed. That comes down around to our little clicky clacky here. We have gaugage, tachometer, temperature, and oil pressure. Got our switches here. This one's for ignition. This one's to spin the starter. Have my ignition and my sensors wired in here. So I had an idea for power and ground distribution, and that is these fun little terminal boards here. So I got my ground distribution going on here. This is essentially acting as the body ground. And then I have my switch 12 volts here. But you'll notice we have no plug wires. We have no plug wires because we want to prime the oil pump. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get our fluids filled up and get this thing cracked off. See if it blows up or not. Let's hope not. It was a lot of work. So we're gonna start with oil. She takes 5 quarts of 10W30. Also using the old Wix filter. Almost forgot to put this on. That would have been bad. Ta-da! That actually fits really nice there in the header. This will be our first major check for leaks. Hopefully the oil doesn't just, you know, start pouring out, because that would not be fun. Ooh, slow down there, killer. I'm gonna give it all 5 because it had none in it. Full. Well, we'll find out in a minute. She's a little over full. That should change once our oil filter fills up. Next, trans fluid. We're gonna put it all in there. Don't spill on the headers, please. Ooh. So once we're done filling this thing up, it's just a matter of throwing some water in the radiator, priming the oil pump, set the initial timing, see if we can get it to bark off. Oh yeah, fuel. Fuel's important, but that's easy. That's just sticking a hose in a fuel can. Well, there's our first leak. It's not horrible. It's just leaking from the drain plug right here. Just gonna have to tighten that down quick. I'll come at it from this side. Give that a wipe so we can see if it continues to leak. Now that the leak's taken care of, that you couldn't actually see me fix, I'm gonna go ahead and check this level. I don't anticipate it reading full. Oh, okay, sweet. It currently reads a little above the zone. It surprises me because it was empty, and it surprises me because we put a deeper pan on it. Now, water. Seeing as how I'm gonna have to tear this thing apart because, yeah, this is the radiator out of the car. We're gonna go ahead and just fill it up with plain old garden hose water. I should probably check the spray pattern on this. Perfect. I don't necessarily want this thing to, you know, explode coolant all over. It would not be the first time I've had a radiator explode while running on a run stand. I am almost positive the twisty bypass hose is gonna leak, but we're gonna hope it doesn't leak too much. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get that figured out at some point. Oh, I see leaky down there. We're gonna have to fix that. The 6-in one is pretty awesome. Take the tip out and it goes right over the hose clamp, and we give her a little tighten. It is making interesting noises. Now we've got the battery hooked up, so we can turn those on. The main one I'm interested in is the oil. Now I know that that works. We're gonna turn it off until we're ready to use it because no alternator hooked up and I don't want to run the battery dead. Next thing we gotta do is we're gonna pull this bad boy out. We're gonna go ahead and prime our oil system. So while I do that, I'm gonna ask you guys to keep an eye on the oil pressure gauge and let me know what we got. Now how I'm gonna go about that is with this tool. This is essentially a really long, straight Allen head that will go down into the engine, plug into the oil pump. When I push the button, makes it spin. First, we gotta get the distributor out. First, we have to disconnect the vacuum advance, because dum-da-dum-dum. Come on, out with you. Little wiggling, and out she comes. Go ahead and run this down to the oil pump. Come on, I wanna feel you. There you go. Now, I just felt it seat. Keep an eye on that, and let me know if I've actually got pressure or not. Oh yeah. You just run it for a minute just so that we can get the oil, you know, circulated. All right, you know, I should probably just pop off a valve cover. There. Now we can all keep an eye on this and see if we has the oil flow. Are you watching? Oh yeah, there we go. It's not all of them, but I at least know I've got oil up here. I appear to have an oil leak. Again. Coming from here. And I have something weird. That's water. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that thing. Right there. It's leaking. Why? You're new. Probably because my dumbass didn't put our TV in them when I put them in. It's alright. We can fix it. Just, later. Look. Nobody's perfect. I don't care. It's gonna run. I gotta get my valve cover put back on. At least get the oil leak stopped. I'll be back in a minute. All right, now that that's done, I'll go ahead and take my number 1 plug out, stick my finger in there, bump it over until I am absolutely certain that I am on the compression stroke. Oh, I am absolutely already on the compression stroke. Perfect. Now that I know I'm on the compression stroke, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the engine over until I'm at about 10 degrees before top dead center. But I need light. Oops. All right, we need to go back because we're at like 2 degrees now. Oh, bang. Don't punch hole in radiator. Bad. There we go. Now let's see if we can get it back to where it needs to be. There we go. All right. So I am now 10 degrees before top dead center. So now I should be able to drop in my intermediate gear, my distributor, throw my plug wires on, put the fuel hose in the bucket, enough talk. Alrighty, I'll go ahead and pop the lid off of this. Our intermediate shaft has already been dropped in. There we are. Now it's point in number 1. So we'll go ahead and put this on. Plug it in. Get our hold down in place. Loosely, mind you. Now it's just a matter of hooking up all of our plug wires here. So this is going to rotate clockwise, so I'm going to go 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2. Plug wires. Done. Now for some fuel and to warn the wife. I don't think I'm going to shoot transmission fluid out of the back of this, but just in case. We'll just put that up against the seal. Okay, let's rotate. There, better. Not better. I am dumb. There we go. Really? Shut the hell up. Well, all right. I think we're ready. We went ahead and got our fuel connected, and I got my timing light set up. So once we do get it fired off, I can use the timing light and get that 12 degrees of initial timing that I'm looking for. Go ahead and kick on our power here. Make sure that our fuel pump isn't going to be spewing fuel everywhere. We do not appear to be vomiting fuel down the yap. Ah, yes. There's fuel! Accelerator pump is working. I am excited. So yeah, an idiot doesn't have 12 volts to the coil because he never ran 12 volts to the positive side of the coil. I don't know why my smooth brain completely neglected this part, but I did. Excitement? Maybe. Inexperience? Probably. Pure boneheadedness? Definitely. I'm not even gonna route it like I did everything else. It's just gonna just get down there. I'm gonna go ahead and instead of wiring it straight to the battery, I am gonna put it on my switched ignition bus here. That way my coil is not always hot. All right, try engine start from bonehead wiring. Go. Can't see a damn thing. But it sounds good. Holy crap. I'm running like 25 degrees advanced. That's a little much. We forgot something important. Take a look at that. Oh, yeah. Once again, the moron strikes. So that's wide open. Granted, it's not a vacuum leak. It's into the cooling system. But, yeah. That's where the, oh, shit. No, get off. Get off the hot exhaust. It runs. And it actually sounds really good. But I'm not entirely sure why. It's telling me I'm at like 25 degrees of initial timing. If I tried to bring it down to 12 degrees where I want it, no. You can hear it starting to clickety-clack and just be generally angry. So, yeah. But, I mean, it works. Probably needs tuned. I'll tell you what, man, that thing's got a... I like it. A lot. So we let her sit for a second. We went to restart her and she was real slow. So I backed the timing down a little bit and she starts much better now. Have a listen. So after playing with the timing a bit, she's at 13 degrees before it's out dead center now for initial timing. And I'm all right with that. Sounds like she's running good. Got a couple issues to take care of. You can see there's water. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. That one was leaking bad earlier. I had to cinch that up. I hear myself thank now. So we had a few issues. A few things we gotta fix. A couple of leaks were quick fixes, just tightening drain plugs. Another one, we got a couple of freeze plugs leaking. So we'll have to deal with that. But on the whole, I'm really happy with how that whole process turned out. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Like I said before, I'm not perfect, but if I can do this, so can you. Thanks a lot for watching. And if you wanna see how we got here, check out this playlist right here. Now, just time to get everything cleaned up and put away. Because fat kid needs dinner. I followed the instructions for wiring. I don't know why I has no... The Blue Jays are not happy with me.